Alrighty. Well, good evening, everybody, and happy Valentine's Day. As always, I am your luxurious host, Billy Reed, South Africa's sweetheart, here once again for Let's Talk Dinosaurs, episode 15. Tonight, I am joined by the main man himself. Please introduce yourself.
It's Charlie. Hey there, girls. How's it going? I don't know. That was weird. Valentine's Day. Carry on.
Kirsten is sadly out sick tonight, so she is very, very sorry. She wanted me to make sure all the listeners knew that she's very sorry that she couldn't make it tonight. So
We miss you, Kirsten.
Yeah, we miss Kirsten. Charlie's just gonna have to fill in for her crazy comments tonight.
So if they just don't do this, I don't know. Dinosaurs? Oh, wild. Oh, was that good?
That was pretty good.
I'll work on it. I'll workshop
it. Keep that up. So, this is going to be a very different energy tonight without Kirsten here. So,
oh my gosh, Billy, I have this.
Can you do her fake laugh? I don't think you can do her fake laugh.
Can you do it for me? Give me a sound like.
Duh, you know, the fake laugh she makes whenever I make a bad joke.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, nobody can do it. So.
Haha.
Alrighty, well, Kirsten, we will be thinking of you tonight as we go about our whatnots.
Gone but not forgotten. Mm-hmm. It's like I mean to track this early, but did you hear about Opportunity, the Mars rover? This is random. They shut it down today.
Please do tell.
They shut it down today, and like its last words were like, "Battery running low, things are going dark," and then they turned it off, and it's gone. Opportunity is gone.
That's so sad.
Anyway, I love that Mars rover.
That's so depressing.
Yeah, so shout out to Opportunity, the Mars rover, right there.
Yeah, if by somehow some like pirated frequency right now is broadcasting all the way up to Mars.
Elon Musk, get on your rocket and bring him home.
Bring him home. Bring him home.
We went for Matt Damon. We'll go back up for Opportunity.
And I wouldn't go back up for Matt Damon.
I'll go back. Matt Damon.
But anyway, so tonight on Let's Talk Dinosaurs, episode 15. In honor of Valentine's Day and my wonderful history with females, we are going to be talking about the dinosaurs of the barren, frozen wasteland of Antarctica. So,
I don't know what you're talking about. I've had great experiences. I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, Antarctic dinosaurs. Cool. I'm going to stop talking now.
You know, my one true love married the guy from Nickelback, so, you know.
Oh my gosh, man. That's so funny. Thank you, Kirsten.
I don't know how we're going to make this work.
I'm going to make it work. We're the same person. It's in the lore.
Oh, yeah, it's in the lore. Yeah, you know what? Forget I said anything. Kirsten is here. Just Charlie didn't want to do the Kirsten voice tonight. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so dinosaurs lived all over the world back in their day, obviously. They were very, very widespread. They existed on all 7 continents. And, contrary to popular belief, that included Antarctica. Yeah, Antarctica was...
place. It's just an iceberg. Sorry.
Antarctica was much warmer back in the Mesozoic. It was actually during the Jurassic and Cretaceous period connected to Australia. So tonight we're going to be sprinkling in a few Australian dinosaurs because there's a lot of overlap there because they were connected. They were one big continent. So it wouldn't have been quite as cold as modern-day Antarctica or as warm as modern-day Australia, but something a little bit more temperate. So large populations of dinosaurs sprung up on both of these continents, and that's what we're going to get into tonight.
Now, if dinosaurs lived in Antarctica, then how are the penguins still alive?
That might be too stupid even for Kirsten.
I don't know, that's too much. I'm sorry, Kirsten. I can't do this.
You just made her feel worse.
I can't do this.
No, here's a more...
they had all that snow down there,
Here's a more Kirsten question. Do you think there were dinosaurs in Antarctica because there was so much snow for them to eat?
Yeah, definitely.
I believe in Megalodon.
Why? Wait, is that your opinion, or is that you trying to be Kirsten right
That's
there?
me trying to be Kirsten.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, Megalodon...
I saw a movie. It's a documentary. Jason Statham in it. It's called Meg. It's real.
Well, you know, what happened with the Megalodon thing and where that came from is the Discovery Channel. It's just like, remember that Animal Planet mermaid fiasco?
Oh, my sister believes in that. She thinks they exist.
Yeah,
Mermaids the body found.
I had relatives who believed it. Trust me on that one. But Discovery Channel aired one that was kind of similar to that, but instead of mermaids, it was Megalodon. So a lot of people think Megalodon is alive, even though it's not. And whatever. We already wasted our Ice Age episode, so I'm not going to talk any more about Megalodon tonight. But
You know, Shark Week's in July. Never mind. Forget about it.
yeah, no, Shark Week's over the summer.
Dang it.
I'm going to be
Shark Week.
graduated by then.
We love you, Shark Week.
Well, we are going to have a shark crocodile episode later on, but Megalodon won't be part of it because Megalodon lived during the Ice Age.
Crocodile.
Sharkadile.
Sharkadile.
Sharkadile. I like that.
I like
one.
that. It's
I
a
like it.
perfect predator.
Yeah.
Part shark, part crocodile. All death.
I'll submit that to the Sci-Fi Channel if they haven't already done it.
Yeah, thank you.
Give Charlie some royalties.
Please.
Just
I'm
write
poor.
out a check
I
to
need
Charles
money.
Fiskerton Sandifer.
College is expensive.
But anyway, our first Antarctic dinosaur for tonight, an ankylosaur, the first dinosaur ever discovered in Antarctica. And I know we just talked about the ankylosaurs last week, but this is one we didn't cover last week. The Antarctopelta.
Now that sounds similar to a name we had last week called the Borealopelta.
Exactly. Were you trying to be Kirsten, or was that like...
That was just me.
You were doing your...
I don't know who I am anymore. It's so confusing.
You were talking in your normal voice, but you were doing your Kirsten hand motion, so...
They're fusing together. The personalities.
But anyway, if Kirsten were here right now, she'd be complaining about how hard that name is to pronounce.
Antarctopelta?
Antarctopelta.
Pelta means shield, because back in the Roman ages, peltas were slingers who had big shields with them.
Hey, you learn something new every day.
Fun fact, guys.
Who'd have
I know
thunk it?
things.
Our show about science facts actually teaches people something.
That's some miracle right there.
Yeah. See,
Thanks for listening,
take
guys.
that, International Power Hour. You're not the only educational show on this station.
What do you even do on International Power Hour? First off, I know that they have a commercial on here.
I produced for them the other day, so I sat in on their show. And to be fair, it's really informative.
Cool. Now, can I get a commercial on the Horizon Radio? Can we get a commercial for our show?
I've tried, but, I actually had a few recorded a while back, but they never got added into the system.
Didn't have us on them, though.
Well, it was part of a class assignment when I was in the radio class, so it kind of sprung up on me one day.
I see.
But they were cool too. They had like jungle sound effects and a T-Rex roar at the end, and they never got added.
If you want us to post these,
I tried
let us
so
know, guys.
hard. I mean, yeah.
Matt, you've betrayed us.
No, Matt doesn't have them. If you want the unreleased Let's Talk Dinosaurs commercials, please take that up with a Dr. Adam Maxwell here at IU Southeast. Just kidding, love you, Adam, but he's the one who's holding our commercials for ransom.
Release the Reed cut and the Snyder cut.
Release the Let's Talk Dinosaurs commercials.
Director's cut.
But anyway,
R-rated. No.
The Antarctopelta was a medium-sized ankylosaur coming in at 13 feet long. So not the biggest as far as ankylosaurs go, but it still weighed about 2 tons. So
aren't most Antarctic dinosaurs like smaller typically?
yeah, typically.
Okay.
We're going to talk about one guy here in a little bit that kind of breaks that trend, but it's a sauropod, and sauropods are in general huge. So most
Alrighty.
dinosaurs from the polar regions were actually not small, but not as big as dinosaurs from the north or southern hemisphere. But polar dinosaurs weren't the biggest boys, but they were still pretty intimidating boys. So anyway, the teeth of Antarctopelta are really distinct as far as herbivore teeth go because they're actually shaped like a leaf. Oddly enough, they're pretty sharp as far as herbivore teeth, which this doesn't mean that it ate meat because the rest of this thing is not designed to be a predator or a scavenger or anything. It probably just indicates that it ate some really tough plants and needed some extra
more
help to
barky
break them
plants,
down.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Well, this
sense.
thing's it sat pretty low to the ground, so it would have eaten low-hanging plants. So
Like snow plants?
snow
peas?
Oh my god, Charlie, I hate you. Stop making fun of me.
Oh my gosh, guys.
It's not the same without Kirsten
It's not
here.
the same.
Charlie, just go get someone from the hallway and see if they'll come in here. No, don't actually do it.
I'm back. Couldn't find anyone.
Yeah. He was so fast, he ran all the way through this building.
Well, I think you run that mountain back.
Want to see me do it again?
Yeah, SpongeBob. Hey. Oh, we're cool. We're cool. They're not cool. We're not cool.
No, we're
It's
cool.
rough.
We're cool.
We're
We're a
cool.
couple
We're
of
cool.
Chads. We're Chads. All right.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not Chads.
Chad Kroger's.
Are we Brads?
Brad.
Nah, there's
No,
only
not
one
Brad.
Brad. There's only one Brad.
Can we be Hans's
Oh, I don't want to be a Hans.
or Gunter's?
I mean, I'd rather be a Gunter than a Hans. Nobody likes Hans.
Hans and Flans. I don't know.
I was thinking more Hans from Frozen. Man,
love
screw
Hans.
Hans from Frozen.
If only somebody loved you. Also, Frozen 2 trailer. Check it out. It's
Oh
pretty
my
lit.
goodness, that Frozen 2 trailer is really good. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and watch it already.
It's aimed about dinosaurs, but it's all good.
absolutely phenomenal. Well, we're talking about Antarctic dinosaurs.
Ooh,
so-
icy, frozen.
Yeah, there we go. So anyway,
You're welcome to say.
interesting thing about the Antarctopelta is that the first specimen, as well as other specimens of this thing, have been found in deposits alongside marine creatures like sharks and mosasaurs.
Huh.
So obviously they didn't live in the water because these things are giant walking tanks. But this indicates that when they died, they probably washed out to sea, meaning that since this was such a common occurrence, that they probably lived in coastal regions, like along coastlines. So that's pretty interesting. It was living that beach life.
It was a Jersey Shore, Antarctic Shore. It was a.
Yo, Snooky!
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
situation of dinosaurs.
They all went around talking like that, and Bruce Springsteen was probably there too.
I love Bruce
New
Springsteen.
Jersey.
The boss.
Yes.
We watch Sopranos together all the time, all that jazz.
But another interesting thing about Antarctopelta that sets it apart from other ankylosaurs is that it had several different types of armor around its whole body. You see, around towards its tail, it had these like really short, thick spikes to protect it from predators. But near its neck, it had really, really long and sharp spikes because, the neck would have been the most vulnerable area. And all throughout its body, it had basic armor, but it didn't have like the big giant spikes anywhere else other than its neck. So that's pretty interesting. So the Antarctopelta was a very well-armed boy.
Absolutely. It's got all those scoots on its body and stuff, and
Absolute
it could
unit.
definitely hurt some, I'd imagine. Now, is his bone brick thing on his tail fused to like the Ankylosaurus, or?
I want to say yes, because most of the ankylosaurs that have a club like that, their tail bones are fused together, but I actually didn't think to look at that when I was researching.
Interesting. I got you there, Billy. Ha!
I've been had. I better turn in my dino card.
Oof. No, it's all good. It's all good. I have no authority taking dino cards. But yeah, Antarctic Shield. I like that name. I want an Antarctopelta, buddy cop them with the Borealopelta. That is just, you can call it the two shields. Then.
The North and the South.
Shield. I'd
The
watch
Northern
that.
Shield and the Antarctic Shield.
I'd watch that movie. He had The Rock in it. Because that's what Rock
He can be a
does.
literal rock.
Absolutely.
It's time The Rock finally buckled down and played a rock.
I mean, he played a Scorpion King. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, but it wasn't a rock. And he almost played the Wolfman if the Universal Dark Universe actually got somewhere.
I forgot about that.
Well,
that was
and
rough.
also Scarlett Johansson was supposed to be the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Wait,
So-
I would watch that. Wait, Shape of Water, actually. Hey.
Well, I
it's all
mean,
good. Reverse Shape of Water.
it wouldn't have been anywhere near as good as Shape of Water.
You say that.
The
but you
Dark
don't know.
Universe was a really weird thing. I don't
mean-
know why they did it.
It was just. I mean, granted, the old Hammer horror movies, Universal horror movies kind of already had like a multiverse already
Yeah,
before
they did,
Avengers
but
because
they didn't beat you over the head with it like this movie. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. What were they even building towards? Like, they could do like one-off crossovers, like
but they're still fun though. Like
but-
you had Wolfman meets Frankenstein, then you
Yeah,
had the
you
House
could-
of Dracula.
You could do movies like that, but you couldn't do like an Avengers thing with the monsters. Like whatever. Universal. Well, I can't badmouth Universal because they make Jurassic Park, but they have
you can be critical of them.
They have one good franchise they don't even handle that well all the time.
Whoa, hold up here. They have a lot of good franchises.
That they still use.
I'm trying to think of what Universal franchises are. They technically own the movie rights to Hulk and the character of Namor the Submariner. That's
That they
Heroes
do.
of the Horizon fact for
Yeah.
you today.
That they do. They do still own the solo movie rights to the Hulk. So, dang it.
Gosh,
Disney and
darn it.
Universal will never get along.
I don't know, I like Universal though. They made the Cat in the Hat movie, which never mind. I'm gonna take that back now because that was not a good movie. It was a
You
great
know what
movie.
else they made?
The Grinch.
The Minions. Yeah.
It's rough.
So anyway, moving on to our next dinosaur for the evening. We have a yeesh. This is a name right here.
I got this.
The Diamantosaurus.
Diamantinosaurus.
Diamantinosaurus.
Boom.
Diamantinosaurus. The name means Diamantina lizard, named for the Diamantina River in Australia that it was found pretty close to. So,
So he lives on both continents. Because wait,
Yeah.
were they connected?
yeah.
All right. Because
Yeah, there's gonna be quite a lot of Australian crossover here.
bunch
So.
of Aussies.
Crikey.
This Antarctica was their Florida back then.
Hunga bunga crawl struth, mate.
What?
Crikey wallaby on a
Stop it.
stick.
I don't know.
Hey, you know,
Danger. I can't.
you
I
know,
can't
you
do
know, you know,
accents.
Dave. If the other day Dave went out there to the barrier reef, called him a squid.
You ever just miss Steve Irwin?
Yeah, all the
I do.
time, actually.
So pure. Crocodile hunter.
You ever just want to cry because Bendy Irwin is marrying that Chad-looking douchebag? Can I say that on the radio? Who cares?
I don't know. That's bleep number 2. I'm next, guys. First Billy.
That's not one of the
Chris
7
Gerson.
words, so I'm just gonna.
Not yet.
I'm just gonna live not thinking that it is.
I was
But
going to
yeah.
ask you for certain words on the list we can't say. And I was like, wait, no, we're on
Okay,
the air
hold
right
on.
now. Sorry about
Okay, inconclusive.
that. Oh, man.
But anyway, the Diamantinosaurus was a large sauropod, so a long-necked dinosaur. Very, very big.
He looks really armored from this picture I'm looking at.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Got a lot of
That's
scoots on him.
Pretty characteristic of its family, actually. This thing comes in at 20 feet tall and 52 feet long. So
Not too
this
shabby.
is a beast. Quite the robust
Hold up.
sauropod, too.
You said 52 feet long and 20 feet long?
20 feet tall. It's a
Oh,
typo.
20 feet. Okay, just want to make sure I was like... So
I made a typo on our outline. I do these.
20 feet would be like as tall
The
as...
laws of physics don't apply to it.
Would 20 feet tall be the size of Crestview?
Maybe a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter than that? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think like how tall we talk. How tall are we talking here? Apparently, so, 2 school buses at the least.
So, like, isn't 20 feet, like... That's like a football field, right?
It's not the same. So 20 feet. That's like if you took a bunch of people's feet and stacked them on top of each other.
It's not the same, Charlie.
It's not the same.
We miss Kirsten. We are nothing without Kirsten.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again.
My God.
Within the sound of
Silence.
silence.
Dang.
But anyway,
That's beautiful.
Diamantinosaurus for a sauropod was very robust. Not that there were any flimsy sauropods, because these things were the biggest creatures ever to walk on land. But it had really, really thick bones compared to other sauropods. Anyway.
I like that word.
That indicates that it had a very muscular build. So a very
Clearly.
stocky creature.
He knew what he was about.
He was very
He
swole.
was robust. I like that robust. This
Robust.
cage is robust. I don't know.
Like, it's quite the robust flavor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I'd say so, naturally. It's a very robust...
Just like how Charlie here back in his Boy Scout days was quite the robust mountain man.
How do you know that? Have I told you about Boy Scout?
Yes?
Oh, cool.
Several times.
Yes, back in the harsh winters of '08, I remember hiking up the side of Mount Baldy. Snows were pouring down. The bears were gathering around us. I had to use the restroom, but I didn't know where to go. We lost so many people back then. So many.
We're getting funny looks in the hallway right now, just so you know.
Back in the war. They want to hear my war stories.
Yeah, your Boy Scout war
Boy-
stories. Everyone wants to hear
The
them.
coyotes on the ridge.
Hey, listen,
Levi
man.
didn't make it that day.
Look, Brandine and I, back in the day, when we were, our days in the Corps, man, we went to the camp out. Back then, all we had for a tent was a roll of toilet paper and a stick.
We just had a pit.
We had to make s'mores out of slugs and tree bark.
My
All
friend-
right? Like,
My friend Ian was helpless as the bear just walked up to him while he was taking a poop. He couldn't help it. Are you allowed to say that word? I don't know. Is that a good
What,
word?
poop?
Poop?
You can say poop.
Okay, so I want to make sure. You
It's
never
just-
know.
There's another word for poop that you can't say, but Kirsten
Coprolite?
already's. You can say that. You'd have to talk to Kirsten about that other one you're not allowed to say.
Ah, excrement.
Yes, that.
Oh, no. I don't know. I'm dumb.
No, Charlie, you're not. Dumb. No,
I just can't be Kirsten.
nobody can be Kirsten.
She had a dynamic. Like,
She just has a certain energy, you know. Okay,
this goes up so fast. I just don't know anymore.
I know she's like 12.
She's going to go on to do great things. We can talk about dinosaurs, probably. That'd be a good idea. We kind of got a little bit off topic there with war
But
stories.
anyway, the Diamantinosaurus is very unique because you see, it's part of a family of sauropods called the Titanosaurs. Now, the Titanosaurs were the biggest of the big. These were the family that included Argentinosaurus and the Dreadnoughtus, which are some of the biggest animals
I love that
ever
name.
to live on Earth.
Like Sauropsydnus? Was that one?
No, that was, I believe that's in the same family as Brachiosaurus, but I could be wrong.
I like Dreadnoughtus. I like that name.
I could be wrong, though. I'll have to look that one up.
That's like, well, like watch out.
Means,
Dreadnoughtus is coming
Dreadnoughtus,
for you.
That name means fears nothing. But
Oh,
anyway,
shoot.
you see, the close relative of the Diamantinosaurus was the Saltosaurus from South America, and Saltosaurus was pretty well known for having armor all over its back. Not like ankylosaur armor, but like pretty tough skin. And Diamantinosaurus shared that characteristic. It had armor all over its body, not like an ankylosaur, more like a crocodile. So that's a pretty good, as if its size alone wasn't enough of a defense against
What would
predators.
be big enough to justify having armor on its back?
You know,
'Cause
that's the
they were
thing is,
big.
We haven't really discovered a large predator in this region yet, but the presence of a creature like this indicates there has to be some kind of super predator that we haven't discovered.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool! Send us your ideas of what we should call super predator, guys.
Yeah, please send us your Antarctic Australian super predator OCs.
It's just a giant kangaroo. It's Kangaroo Jack from the movies.
Kangaroo Jack, G'day USA.
Oh my
It's
God.
Outback Ollie.
Oh my gosh.
He's come back for his
Steve
revenge.
Irwin.
Oh man,
It's just the Australian Avengers.
Downtown Al. That's what we're gonna call
Oh
him.
my gosh. Down now.
Yeah.
I love this. This is the best idea I've ever had. 10 out of 10. But yeah.
But anyway, so for a creature as big as Diamantinosaurus, you'd be very surprised to know that these things hatched from eggs that were only 4 inches long.
That's not that big.
Yeah, little tiny things.
Puberty must have been really hard for them growing up.
So they came out
hits
of
them
the,
like a truck.
They came out of the egg, these little tiny things that were probably no bigger than a house cat. So
That's beautiful. Like, it's like the scene in Jurassic Park where little eggs are hatching. It's like low velociraptors. It's like, alright, it's adorable, but you know it'll kill you eventually.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Life, finds a way.
the nests and eggs of Diamantinosaurus have been found in giant nesting sites, which indicates herd behavior, which is pretty characteristic of plant-eating dinosaurs. So
No.
they all would have traveled together and all laid their eggs in the same place.
Which is interesting because like most like cartoons and stuff, or like at least media I see, don't really have like sauropods in herds. I think might be remembering wrong. Like I know like Land Before Time had a whole family, and they got broken up.
Well,
but-
the Land Before Time 10 had the big herd of all the sauropods, and they went to the mountain to stop the meteorite.
I don't remember this.
That was the one where Littlefoot met his dad, and his dad had an adopted son who was a Brachiosaurus who hated him.
What?
You don't remember this?
I
It
stopped
was
watching at some
true.
point. I'm
It was
sorry.
true. There was
Blockbuster
the Land
closed.
Before Time
I couldn't
10.
get my movies.
The Land Before Time 10, it was all the sauropods, and like this was different species of sauropods too. So there were like so many sauropods, and they all traveled to this big valley because they stretched their necks up in the air to catch the meteorite.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. And Littlefoot met his dad, and his dad had an adopted son who was a Brachiosaurus, because Littlefoot's an Apatosaurus, and his dad was also an Apatosaurus, but he had an adopted Brachiosaurus son who hated him. And then at the end, Littlefoot's there with his friends, and they're like, so you're going to come back with us, or you're going to stay with your dad? And he's like, my dad's kind of the worst, because he kind of let the sharp tooth kill my mom, so I'm just going to hang with you guys. So yeah, that's not really how it ended. I mean, that's like the Wikipedia summary version of it, but in my mind, that's what was going through Littlefoot's head, because,
When did the Land Before Time movies get weird?
they've always been weird, Charlie.
I mean, Was Spike in it?
Yes, Spike was in
Love
it.
Spike. Okay, we're good.
Chomper wasn't in it, though. Chomper was a true man of the people.
Chomper was a ladies' man.
And, not a lot of people remember the forgotten member of the Land Before Time gang, who was only on the short-lived Land Before Time animated series on Cartoon Network, was an Oviraptor named Ruby.
I've got another confession to make. I don't know who that is.
Well,
You've gone the best of me.
I just told you she was an Oviraptor.
The best!
Named Ruby.
Oh, cool.
I think that was her name.
Wait, hold up. Oviraptors are ones that stole eggs, right?
They didn't actually steal eggs.
Oh,
but
supposedly. I'm sorry. Supposedly stole eggs.
yeah,
That's the
it means
story.
egg
I know who this is now. Then I know who this is. I recognize it. I can see in my head. It's an Oviraptor. I know who this is now. I seriously do.
Okay, Charlie knows what he's talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. My compass is reset. I've kept been calibrated. It's all calibrated. I'm a robot. It's all good.
Charlie's a robot, confirmed.
Don't worry.
Add that to the Let's Talk Dinosaurs wiki.
Don't worry. I got to it, Mr. Roboto.
And in other news, I miss Kirsten. But
I miss Kirsten too.
I can just imagine her right now telling us what a couple of.
I bet she's not even listening to us right now.
No, she's not.
I bet.
She's got strep, Charlie.
Traitor! Your ears don't get strep. Your throat does. Her ears are
She
fine.
needs rest, Charlie.
We'll just Kirsten. We'll talk her to sleep. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Forget I said that.
That's very weird.
I'm just gonna.
That's astronomically weird.
Oh my gosh. Let's keep going with the show. I'll just recalibrate here for a second.
Our next Antarctic dinosaur, the Glacialosaurus. Now, this is a name that means the icy lizard.
Wow. Oh no.
You're not kidding.
It's not really.
Now,
it's kind of a lame name, I'll be honest with you.
Glacialosaurus. Glacialosaurus was a pretty medium-sized dinosaur, coming in at about 25 feet long and weighing 6 tons. Now, this thing was from the early Jurassic period. It was a sauropodomorph, not a true sauropod. This thing was the precursor to the sauropods we all know and love. You see, before sauropods became the giant lumbering things we all know them as, they started out as these weird-looking things, which actually kind of looked like the Therizinosaurus we talked about a few weeks ago. But these things walked on 2 legs. They had hands that resembled more of a carnivorous dinosaur. They still had long necks, but they just weren't as big, and they walked on 2 legs. But basically, the sauropodomorphs walked so the sauropods could run.
Was Therizinosaurus in the sauropod family, or was he? He's
No,
from the
he's from the
one.
theropod.
Yeah.
The Therizinosaurus from the theropod
theropods?
family.
Oh,
yeah.
never mind, okay.
He's actually from the same overarching group of theropods that the T-Rex and the raptors are from.
Okay.
So,
Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry about that. I just want to check that.
but anyway, so
See what it
yeah,
looked like.
this thing stood on 2 legs, and an interesting thing is that it was a lot more built for speed than its descendants were. It was a lot more made to run, probably running from predators. And its hands were very, very dexterous. It had sharp claws on the ends of each finger, but it had 4 or 5, I forget. I think it was 4 fingers on each hand, and they were very flexible. Almost not entirely human-like, but very oddly human-like in a way. So they were probably meant for grabbing trees, though. But as the time went on and the sauropods got bigger and bigger, eventually they evolved out of walking on 2 legs and evolved into the giant absolute units we know and love them to be today.
I think this is the pinnacle, though. Looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, it was truly the peak of the sauropodomorphs. So,
I agree.
man, I really wish I was as cool as a sauropodomorph.
Totally. I wish I was as cool as, one of the early birds.
Archaeopteryx.
Yeah, things like that. Or like the Lost. Would we consider... Okay. Velociraptor isn't a bird. I know this, but it's very similar, though.
Well, you see, they're similar, but you see, technically, that's a very common misconception, that birds evolved from dinosaurs like T-Rex and Velociraptor. Birds did evolve from dinosaurs, but birds actually split off from dinosaurs in the middle Jurassic period with Archaeopteryx.
Yeah.
So all modern-day birds are basically the descendants of Archaeopteryx, based on what we know.
Archaeopteryx was found in Germany, though. I think that's pretty cool because most of the bird findings we're finding are coming from China and stuff. I feel like near Korea.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. Anyway, sorry, it's random.
The soil in Asian countries is pretty good for preserving feathers.
They also better fund their archaeology. Not calling out America, but come on here. We're falling behind in the race.
Yeah, we need, because look, here's the thing. America is the only place in the world where we found T-Rex fossils, even though, actually, there was a pretty big bombshell in the paleontology world the other day, and I wanted to talk about this on the show because this is pretty interesting. We found out, due to a new study, that T-Rex was actually not from America originally.
Lies.
The T-Rex started out in Asia and crossed over to America over the Bering Strait.
Don't say it. T-Rex is as American as Bud Light and apple pie.
Well, I mean, it's uncertain as to whether or not it was T-Rex or like an ancestor of T-Rex, but as of right now, we know that the T-Rex's lineage more than likely started out over in Asia and crossed over.
I can live with it. I can live with it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's unknown as to whether or not it was the T-Rex itself or just an ancestor of it, but...
America was built on immigrants, and so I'll share it with T-Rex.
Yep.
He's the immigrant's son right there.
So yeah, but still, we are the only country in the world where T-Rex fossils have been found. So we need to get out there and start digging up some more of our lovely toothy boys.
This is also random, but on T-Rexes, my favorite story about T-Rexes was when they found Sue in Chicago. The two companies that paid for them to get thrown together was McDonald's and Disney. Love it.
To this day, if you go to Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is at Disney World in Florida, right outside of the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom is a replica of Sue, because Disney partially owns Sue. And in the Field Museum in Chicago, there's actually a dinosaur-themed McDonald's that you can go eat at, because McDonald's partially owns Sue as well.
I want to go. So, this is in Disney World, right?
Well, the McDonald's is in the museum in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
But
we're going.
The Sue replica is in Disney World.
We should do an episode on Sue. Is there a lot there to do about that, I think? I don't know. Just kind of important because of the leg thing.
There are some pretty... the leg thing, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But if we ever did like a T-Rex-centric episode, I think that'd be worth talking about. But we've just talked about the T-Rex so much. I don't want to...
That'll be our last episode before you go. No, never mind.
Yep, I like it, Charlie. I like it.
A swan song, a T-Rex song.
No, I like it. Why T-Rex is objectively the best dinosaur?
I mean, if you say so.
That's what we're calling it.
Oh, next dinosaur, though.
But anyway,
we have a show to do, guys. Surprise.
Our next Antarctic... Oh, come on. Without Kirsten here, who's going to get us off on tangents?
I mean, I feel... Honestly, it's me and Kirsten both that get us off pretty equally.
Yeah, but Kirsten's usually the one who says something that has nothing to do with anything, and then you feed into it, and then I feed into it, and yeah.
It's a slippery slope of just feeding, like food.
But anyway, so next things next, we have the Muttaburrasaurus.
Love it. Great name.
Quite the beast. The name means Muttaburra lizard, named after where it was found in Australia. So this is another dinosaur that was shared between Australia and Antarctica.
Okay, cool. Because does Muttaburra have like a Aboriginal meaning to it?
I believe it does. I just don't know what.
I'm gonna Google this real quick while we're here, but keep going.
But anyway, Muttaburrasaurus is actually the most complete dinosaur ever found in Australia. And it's a pretty big dinosaur, too, coming in at 26 feet long and weighing about 3 tons. Now, these were dinosaurs that moved in herds, so it's believed that they would have migrated throughout Australia and Antarctica at various points in the year, because they moved in pretty big herds. So, yeah, that's cool, I guess. Who doesn't love a Muttaburrasaurus?
So, Muttaburra derives its name from the local Aboriginal tribe of the Muttaburra, which means the meeting of waters.
The meeting of waters.
That sounds pretty epic. I don't know. The meeting of waters. I like it. I'd buy that for $1.
Fascinating. Huh. That's...
Huh. Who would have thought? Meeting of waters.
Wow. Look at that. You've learned something else on Let's Talk Dinosaurs.
I'm doing good, guys.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow. It's like without Kirsten here, we're getting smarter. That was mean of me. We love you, Kirsten. We hope you feel better.
If it's had a big nose on here, does that mean it could smell well?
Well, you see, Muttaburrasaurus does have a pretty big nose, but it's not really known what it was used for. It was likely a display thing, just meant to make it look more attractive.
Girl, check out my huge schnauzer.
Yeah, Schnauzola.
Just, I don't know.
Proboscis.
Proboscis monkeys are cool. Cool.
They're weird. They weird me out. They look like a Disney character.
Okay. Okay.
They
okay.
do. They do.
Okay. Well,
They look like
I'm not denying you.
They look like what's his face, the evil man, Mortimer. Yeah,
Who the heck's Mortimer?
he's the bad. He's Mickey's rival. Look it up.
What?
You don't. You're.
His rival's the big guy.
Well, that's Pete.
Pete. Yeah, what's his face? Pete.
Pete's more of a goofy villain, actually.
I love Goofy movie. How good was that movie? Just random.
I was more of a fan of the Extremely Goofy movie growing up.
I like them both, but they
I
both
like
had
them both,
hearts.
too.
They both had heart.
The Goofy movie, I always liked that scene where they were camping in the woods and they accidentally catch Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Shout out to Andy Sandifer right there. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God, Billy, I believe in Bigfoot. That's not the same.
My dad believes in Bigfoot, and I support him.
Hey, Bigfoot is real. All right.
He's a hide and seek champion in the world.
You know, I have a theory. What if Bigfoot is real, but he's just naturally blurry?
Oh my gosh, he's just in constant state of buffering.
Yeah.
I love it.
But anyway, so yeah,
Flawless.
the giant nose of Muttaburrasaurus, the use isn't exactly known, but it's believed to just be a display thing.
Okay,
So-
that's how I got the ladies. I like it.
But anyway, Muttaburrasaurus was a close relative of the Iguanodon, which we talked about way back in our first episode. Iguanodon was one of the first dinosaurs ever found, and it's the most widely dispersed dinosaur in the world. Its remains have been found on all 7 continents. So,
It got around.
yeah.
So it was found
Iguanodon.
in Antarctica too, then.
Yep.
Cool.
Iguanodon and Muttaburrasaurus probably shared an environment.
Now I know Muttaburrasaurus was in an episode of Walking with Dinosaurs,
That
right?
it was. It was. It was actually in the Antarctica episode.
Oh, who
of
would've
Walking
thought?
with Dinosaurs.
It's called a transition right there, guys.
Yep.
I don't know. It's
But anyway,
fault.
Muttaburrasaurus had pretty strong jaws for an herbivore, which means it was probably meant to break down tough plants. But an interesting thing about it is that it had teeth that were very, very similar to that of ceratopsians. See, ceratopsians had thousands of teeth that were replaced throughout their life that were meant to grind down plants.
Yeah.
Muttaburrasaurus was the same, but you see, it was a relative of the Iguanodon. It wasn't related at all to ceratopsians. I mean, it was, but very distantly. Because
Distant.
if you go back far enough on the family tree, all dinosaurs are related under the larger umbrella of dinosaurs. But if you go back far enough, most of us are related in the larger family of vertebrates. So that doesn't really say a whole lot.
You're right.
So there isn't a lot of close relation between Muttaburrasaurus and the ceratopsians.
It's like how
But
Dimorphodon is more closely related to us than our dinosaurs.
you mean Dimetrodon?
Dimetrodon.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Dimorphodon's a bird thing.
Pterosaur, actually.
Pterosaur, pterodactyl.
But anyway, so the phenomenon that causes the Muttaburrasaurus to have similar teeth to the ceratopsians, it's a bit of a thing called convergent evolution. That's when 2 animals that aren't related at all evolve similar characteristics. That can be seen today with modern-day bats, because bats have wings and can fly like a bird, but they're mammals. So,
All right.
yeah.
Interesting. That's our Let's Talk Dinosaur vocab word of the day. Write it down. It's going to be on the test, guys.
Convergent evolution, yes. Know this. Study it.
It's very important.
Big Chungus.
Stop it! It's a dead meme!
I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back. Big Chungus.
Well, if you can do that,
Big Chungus.
then I can do Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Never gonna make you cry.
Never gonna say a lie.
Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Ba-da-ba-da-da-doo. Give you up. Sorry, we're done now. Okay, that was beautiful. We had a moment right
That
there.
was a great man, Charlie. You and I are killing it with these duets on this show.
Right? If you like our duets, let us know. We'll
Please, we'll record a cover.
Greatest hits album.
We'll record a cover album.
Woo! Charlie and Billy. Sounds of Soul. It's gonna be a
man.
fireplace on there. It's gonna be like cashing like those like big like red robes.
We should do a Christmas album.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Dino
A metal
belts.
Christmas album.
Well, you know,
No,
I had
no.
I had this idea a long time ago, and nobody liked it. I call it Jason Moana. It's just a shot-for-shot remake of Moana, but Jason Momoa plays everybody, and all the songs are heavy metal covers.
I love it. I
Yeah.
would pay to watch that. Mm-hmm. I'll start a GoFundMe. I'll pay.
Tweet
for that.
this at Jason Momoa, please.
I love that guy. He's so pure.
You know, there was a movie where Jason Momoa played a redneck werewolf.
Where
It's got
for a friend. What's this movie called?
It's called Wolves, and it's also got the kid who played what's his face in
What's
the
it?
X-Men prequels? Havoc. The kid who played Havoc in the X-Men prequels is in that movie too, and it's a weird movie.
I'll be sure to let my friend know about that movie so
Yeah.
he can watch it.
The weirdest werewolf superhero movie ever made, and the big plot twist.
Did you see the Benicio del Toro Wolfman?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
That one was rough.
We don't talk about it, but the big plot twist in the end was that the Jason Momoa werewolf was the Havoc werewolf's dad the whole time.
Ooh,
you know,
that's crazy plot twist right there.
Because you know the kid who played Havoc in X-Men totally looks like Jason Momoa, but whatever.
Right?
I mean, just look at his skin tone. He's totally Jason Momoa's son. But anyway, oh boy, we have a fun one here. The Quantasaurus. The name means brave lizard.
Oh, he's got heart.
You see, Quantasaurus was a very tiny, tiny creature. 6 feet long and 3 feet tall. And it was also an herbivore, so it was more than likely afraid of anything that moved.
Then that's a stupid name. I'm sorry, science. First we had Thanos, now we have Quantasaurus.
Hey, what's wrong with Thanos?
Thanos is a dumb dinosaur name. I'm sorry. Well, that was I'm sorry for the outburst right there, guys.
Dread it. Run from it.
Stupid dinosaur names survive eventually.
To feel so desperately that you're right, but to fail all the same.
I hope they remember you.
You have my respect, Charlie. I hope they remember you.
Love it. It's hilarious. If you're going to name a dinosaur something, have it be accurate. Like Antarctic shield, that makes perfect sense. It's got a big shield on its back.
You see, the Quantasaurus could have been brave because it was a very small early relative of the Hadrosaurs, the duck-billed dinosaurs.
Oh, love those guys.
Well, you see, it had a very similar skull structure to the Hadrosaurs. But unlike other smaller herbivores, this thing's jaws were very short and stocky, indicating that it was meant to break down tough plant matter and low-hanging plants, unlike other small herbivores that were just meant to, like, eat grass or flowers or something.
So it was bold and, like, getting different vegetarian
options. It was bold
options.
and getting edgy plants. So
I'm just going to throw that paper away.
don't throw that away. I worked hard on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You hit print.
This is what I get. You know, I typed this. For all you know, I could have drawn all these pictures because I am such a talented...
Billy, I've seen you draw.
I am such a talented paleo artist, okay? What?
Honestly, I don't know. So the next dinosaur, it's a pretty cool one.
Big Chungus.
Sometimes I find the best release of anger is a primal scream. But I'm not going to do that here on the air.
Just go scream into the hallway.
So next cafe next door.
Who cares? Trust me, I've been watching. We've been getting interesting looks from a lot of people who have walked by. You know, we did get someone walk by and give us finger guns just a minute ago. So
Nice.
It was while we were doing our.
I love finger guns. They're the best kind of guns.
But anyway, next up here we have a dino that we talked about way back in our Halloween special, the Australovenator.
Oh, I remember this guy.
This name means Southern Hunter. So we got us a good old-fashioned Southern boy, I tell you
Likes
what.
Mountain Dew and diesel trucks.
NASCAR,
And
shake,
the Third
and
Amendment.
Man, Ricky Bobby is a true story.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't put that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby. That's my best Michael Clark Duncan.
Rest in peace, man. We love you. He's such a good actor. That's
He
not
was-
important though right now.
He was really good.
He was a good actor.
You know,
Green
Michael
Mile,
Clark
great.
Duncan voiced a T-Rex in the little-known animated adaptation of Dinotopia.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. I like how we're whispering right now. Let's talk dinosaurs. ASMR. Welcome back, guys.
The Australovenator, it's the Southern Hunter. And it's,
That's
it's
pretty cool.
pretty medium-sized dinosaur. It's 20 feet long and 6 feet tall. So yeah, the
20 whole
Australovenator.
feet.
Oh my goodness, Charlie. Okay, that got weird really fast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's
Charlie,
an imbalance here.
We have to save the innuendo double entendres for when Brad's here. Okay.
Okay.
Big Chungus.
No! No! I'm sorry. I just blew out all of y'all's ears right there. If you're listening to your headphones, I just want to apologize. Hearing loss is a big problem in America.
But anyway, so the Australovenator is 20 feet long and 6 feet tall, so it's a pretty big creature. But you see, it's very lightly built. It's believed to have been a fast runner, able to chase down small and medium-sized herbivores that wanted to get bold.
Okay.
Now, it had teeth that were like tiny little blades, which is terrifying. It had really small teeth, but they were really sharp and serrated and tiny little knives.
It's
that
like
would just
a
make big
like a
bleeding
bow saw.
gashes. Yes,
Like a saw.
exactly. So yeah, you would not
Okay.
want to get bit by an Australovenator. But
It's good for ripping.
the scariest thing about this monster is that on each hand it had 3 claws, but it had 2 normal sized claws and 1 giant foot-long claw, which was made for close range attacks, which if its teeth didn't do the job, its claw could make these giant bleeding gashes that would just ruin any animal's day.
Flawless animal right there.
So the Australovenator was the Indoraptor before the Indoraptor was cool.
Was the Indoraptor ever cool? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. What am I saying?
It went down like a wiener, but it looked cool.
It went down looking awesome. Like that was a cool scene though. Like
Spoilers, Charlie.
the DVD is out. Yeah, my philosophy on spoilers
Big
is
Chungus.
that when the DVD is out,
Big
spoilers are
Chungus.
fine.
Big
Nickelback.
Chungus. Oh,
This
no.
is
Uh-oh.
how you remind me of what I really am.
It's not like you
To say sorry,
I said we're no different. And I've been wrong. I've been damned. Please take me back, Avril. To the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head. Scream, please take me back,
Having
Avril.
fun yet?
Yeah.
Canadians are the only ones that can rhyme the word sorry with the word story. I just want to say that. Story.
No, I think the Nickelback guy is just on more drugs than should be.
That was
humanly
intense,
allowed.
though. I think the whole like little green things were red the whole time we were doing that.
Yeah, it's a wonder the campus police haven't come told us to shut up yet.
Hi, campus police.
Yeah, hi. We love and respect you guys. Please don't come shut down our stupid dinosaur show.
Anyway, next dinosaur.
Okay, this is our final dino for
Ding,
the
ding,
evening.
ding.
And this is the quintessential Antarctic dinosaur, the Cryolophosaurus.
Sounds like a familiar dinosaur name, but no spoilers yet.
Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers.
That's weird.
So the Cryolophosaurus, that name means frozen crested lizard. Now, as of right now, it's the largest known carnivore to ever live in Antarctica, at about 20 feet long, but only weighing about 1,000 pounds.
Okay. That's not bad.
Now, when this thing was first discovered, it was a very difficult dino to classify because, anatomically speaking, it has traits of a lot of different carnivore families. Scientists, they say that this thing has traits of tyrannosaurs, from like Carnotaurus, allosaurs, all kinds of weird things, but upon examination of its skull and how its jaws are aligned and everything, it's currently believed that it's a very close relative of the better-known Dilophosaurus, also known as that dinosaur that sprayed Newman with venom in Jurassic Park.
Also known as Charlie's favorite dinosaur.
Also known as Charlie's favorite dinosaur.
Shout out to the Dilophosaurus, guys. He's a cool guy.
We love Dilophosaurus.
Yeah, so it's a mix of different dinosaurs. Like,
Well,
we
not-
can't put it on like there's so many different. It's like the John Malkovich of dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a big hybrid thing, but it was very difficult for scientists to classify it because it just had so many traits belonging to different families.
Okay.
So it's a interesting marvel of evolution. The
Its head kind of looks like an Allosaurus, I think. That's just me, but
Well, and interesting thing about its head is that Cryolophosaurus is well known for its very unique head crest. Now, you see, unlike most carnivores that have some kind of head crest, like Dilophosaurus or the Guanlong that we talked about a few weeks ago, the Tyrannosaur, they have crests that run vertically down their heads. So they wouldn't create drag. They'd be more aerodynamic. They could, run and it wouldn't hold them back. The Cryolophosaurus's head crest is a little bit weirder because it goes horizontally and it curves forward. It kind of looks like a big Elvis haircut, which is the big joke among paleontologists. When this thing was first discovered, this isn't even a joke. An original name that was pitched for this thing was Elvisaurus.
God, I would die.
Yeah.
However, it could be a saddle
For what?
for the Flintstones.
Congratulations, Charlie. That was the first Kirsten-level comment you've made this entire show.
Hey, I did it. I did it.
You've finally done her proud.
I got your approval. That's all I wanted.
But yeah.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, the crust really baffled a lot of scientists because it didn't seem very practical for when this thing was running. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it would it wouldn't create too much drag, but it would create a good amount of drag. So it clearly didn't serve any sort of purpose in that department, which leads scientists to believe that the crest of Cryolophosaurus was more than likely meant as a display thing to make them look more attractive of members of the opposite sex of their species.
And then dinosaurs always try and get the ladies.
I mean, Cryolophosaurus was a true ladies' man.
I don't know. What's his face at the beginning? I think it was pretty high up there. What's his face? Give me a hot second here. Muttaburrasaurus with that nose.
Muttaburrasaurus is pretty sexy too, but I don't know. I think Cryolophosaurus,
the Dinosaur Bachelor.
The Dino Bachelor.
Will a T-Rex pick Cryolophosaurus, or will Muttaburrasaurus go home? Who will get the final prehistoric rose? Bachelor theme song just playing.
You know, there was a Bachelor video game for the DS.
What? And no one told me?
I've heard it's one of the worst games ever.
I want to play it so badly now.
Although, interesting thing, one of the rarest video games ever made is Mean Girls for the Nintendo DS. It's so rare that no gameplay footage exists of it.
Like, do they make one?
No, they made it, just nobody bought it.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's really rare.
That's the untapped market right there. Dear Lord. It's like Aquaman the game, but we have footage from that.
I heard that game's really bad.
It's horrible.
It's just Superman 64.
I want a reboot with Jason Momoa skin. I want Spider-Man PS4, but I want an Aquaman Xbox. Like, I want to watch that.
But I love Spider-Man PS4. It's a great game.
I didn't say it wasn't, but like Aquaman Xbox, like, be better, great, underwater mechanics. An Aquaman video game would be pretty cool, in my opinion. But that's not important right now. Let's move on.
But anyway, yeah, the Cryolophosaurus is pretty much the face of Antarctic dinosaurs. Like, when you search Antarctic dinosaurs, it's always the very first thing that comes up because it's such a distinct creature. And I found that most places in the world in terms of dinosaurs are usually known by their big carnivore. So
Yeah. Because people like carnivores. They're more interesting.
Hey, carnivores are so much cooler than herbivores.
Violent
and you can take that to the bank. All right.
I mean, the only one that can even kind of contend is Triceratops, but even then.
Yeah, well, even then, Triceratops. I mean, Triceratops and the T-Rex. Like, the T-Rex is just objectively better.
We live in
Don't at me.
We live in a world people say, "Wait, what's your favorite dinosaur?" Oh, pterodactyl. He's my favorite dinosaur. I don't care though, but it's all
we had a whole episode about that.
Plesiosaurus? What's that tiny thing from Jurassic Park? A Jeff Goldblum? That's my favorite dinosaur. Jeff Goldblum.
Listen.
I'm listening. You gonna say something? Because awkward silence does not do good on the radio, I find.
Yeah, well...
Trust me, it happened. It was called the Alpha Flight episode. And, oof, that was rough.
Charlie, I'm sorry.
We ended 30 minutes early.
Oh, this is one of those instances where I really just wish Kirsten was here.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. We already did that one.
Yeah, we already did that one.
Where is the magic man you need it the most?
I walk a lonely road on the only one I've ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me.
Take someone down, sing a sad song, just turn it around.
That takes me back to 4th grade.
Man, that's such a good song.
I remember
it always makes me happy.
It was in the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
I love Alvin and Chipmunks movie. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Anyway, dinosaurs.
Well, anyway, that about wraps up our main topic for tonight here on Let's Talk Dinosaurs. We do have a few more minutes for you guys. So we do have some final announcements for you. You have one more week to enter our giveaway.
Only one. Sorry.
Yeah, the winners will be drawn next Thursday live on the show. We're giving away 5 of Mike Tharm's fossil T-Rex magnets. They are really cool. Each of us got one a while ago. They are awesome. And the ones that we're going to be giving out are actually painted, unlike the ones that we got, which look good enough anyway. They look super, super good. But
I kind of want
these
to
are
now. Sorry.
Yeah. Charlie wants to paint his now. But the ones that we're going to be giving away look really, really nice, and you guys are really just missing out if you don't want to get one of these. So please, Mike Tharm, great guy. We love him to death here at Let's Talk Dinosaurs. He's been a pretty good friend to us. So please support him, support us, enter our giveaway. Winners are going to be drawn next Thursday. So yeah, mark your calendars if you entered. Next Thursday, the 21st of February. Winners are going to be drawn. So please enter now if you have not already.
Yeah.
And
do that.
as always, you can follow our social medias if you want to enter our giveaway. We are at Let's Talk Dinosaurs on Instagram and at Let's Talk Dinos on Twitter. That's where you're going to find the instructions for entering the giveaway. So please give us a follow, enter the giveaway, come back next week to see if you win. Charlie, I do believe you have a show to plug.
Oh, yes, of course. So, shoot, I was doing so good. Yes, so Saturdays, I have a little radio show called Heroes on the Horizon. We talk about superheroes, comic books, movies, all that stuff. It's wild. Totally check it out. It's from 11 to 12, Saturdays. I say Sunday?
Yeah, you said Saturday.
Saturdays from 11 to 12. And today's topic, love is in the air. We called a hazmat team about it, don't worry. But we're talking about comic book and romances, how they're kind of flawed sometimes. And
are you going to talk about that one really bad Spider-Man story where they go back in time and undo something about Peter and MJ?
Oh, no. Yeah. See, to keep Ant-Man alive, they sold their marriage to the devil, and everyone hates that. Because if you want to find out more about that topic, be sure to listen this Saturday, where Charlie goes on a 10-minute Dilophosaurus and rant.
Charlie, you almost said one of the 7 words.
I almost used the PG-13 one of those 7 words.
But anyway, that does about wrap up Let's Talk Dinosaurs for this evening. So thank you guys very much for listening. As always, I am Billy Reed.
And I am Charlie.
And Kirsten is here with us in spirit. And as always, we...